Hi everybody, it's Nikki here and welcome to today's video. Guys, it's been 2.5 months. Did not expect it to take this long. So, 2.5 months ago, I was really excited about giving in to my own pressure of feeling left out and wanting to be part of the crowd, and I decided to do or partake in the Project Level Up palette thing, which was created by Alexandra. I will leave all the information you need in the description box below the video, so please check that out before you leave. And I pulled a palette which was my Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet even, put your teeth in, Nicola. And I was scared because I know how difficult these pans are, hard to pan, or these shadows are hard to pan. So I decided to pull a second palette, and I got the Too Faced Best Year Ever palette from Christmas 2017. Even though it says 2018 on there, it's claiming that 2018 was going to be the best year ever, but it came out Christmas 2017. So I had these two palettes, of which I've been trying to hit pan on. I can tell you, I have finally, just a few days ago, finally hit pan in one shade in one of these palettes. Which one was it? Which one was it? It was this one. I'm nowhere near with this one. Guys, what did they do to press these pans? I used every shade once. That was the other part of this project. You have to use every shade once, and I did. Look, there's a little bit of a dent in there. Look. And there's also a little bit of a dent in that one. Little bit, it's much more like wider but shallower. But there's a dent in that one. I'm gonna be there all year. I'm never gonna hit pan in this, guys. Not for no love, no money. Am I gonna hit pan in this anytime soon? So I am pulling this one from the project, and I'm having to rethink about this project because of this palette. Guys, it was I know some of you are very excited to see how long it would take me to hit pan in an Urban Decay eyeshadow, and I'm going to tell you it's longer than 2.5 months. It's going to take me forever. I'm pulling it, guys. I can't. To be honest, I'm not in any rush to hit pan in that palette. I do love my Urban Decay palettes. And this one, nobody said that Too Faced shadows were also difficult to pan. You didn't warn me, guys. Like, thought we were friends. So I had my eye on a particular pan that I thought I would hit pan in because it already had quite a dip, and it's in the shade Sleigh Bells, and it's this beautiful shade here. As you can see, it doesn't have pan. When I realised how difficult these were to hit pan, I decided I would use the easiest shade in the palette to hit pan in, which is the cream shade, you know, because you use that every time you set your eye base. I did hit pan. After 2.5 months use, it just would not hit. Do you know what, as well? Not gonna lie, I was using quite a fluffy brush. Don't judge my brushes, it needs a wash. So I was using this quite fluffy brush to set my eye base. I always have done, always will do. This is my setting eye base. I changed that at the beginning of this month because I was just like, I have to hit pan soon. So I changed to this brush, which is obviously much more dense, because I was like, I have to hit pan soon. It just wasn't happening. I mean, granted, the dip is quite wide, and I feel like with a bit more use, that pan is only gonna get wider. But my God, 2.5 months, guys, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I love this palette, guys. This is one of my favorite travel palettes because obviously I've got my highlighter, blush and bronzer at the bottom, and I've got such a range of colors in this palette that, you know, I can go neutrals, I can go pinks, I can go smoky, I can go bold with a bright pinky purple. You know, there's so much I can do with this palette. I love this palette. It is getting old, as I say. It's from Christmas 2017, so that's what, 5.5 years old. But quality's still good, still works fine. My favorite shade is probably this one. It's absolutely stunning. Such a gorgeous, understated, like crease color. But these neutral browns as well, just, I love them. And surprisingly, this grey shade here is also really, really nice. Really, really beautiful for like a smoky eye look. That on the lid, with a little bit of black in the outer corner, and then a red lip, stunning. So yeah, I love this palette, but 2.5 months to hit pan in a cream eyeshadow. Not a cream as in formula, but cream as in shade. It shouldn't have taken me 2.5 months, but I guess Too Faced palette eyeshadows are just as hard to hit as Urban Decay ones. So I am rolling both of these out. They have both done no pan left behind style as well, so each shade within both palettes has been used at least once. Even the bronzer, highlighter and blush in the Too Faced palette was used once at least. So I'm rolling them out for level 1, done. So lesson learned, I'm not going to roll for 2 new palettes. What I am going to do though, is I'm going to spin my Tiny Decisions app wheel for 1 palette, and then I am going to choose a second palette. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I get a little bit bored or burnt out using the same palette over and over again. So so I like to switch them up by having 2 palettes that I can work on. So that's why I'm having 2 for each level. That might change when we get to like level 3, 4 and 5, but I can pick smaller palettes at that point. So let's get my Tiny Decisions wheels up. Let's pick the 10 plus pan wheel, because I like, for this smaller levels like the 1s and 2s, I'd like to pick from the larger palettes because that's much easier to hit those 1 or 2 uses per shade. But when we get to like 3, 4 and 5 uses per shade, then I'll move to the smaller palettes. But you can see the 2 blacked out palettes there are the Urban Decay and the Too Faced one. So let's see which one we're gonna get this time. Ooh! Okay, so that's a 42 pan eyeshadow palette, but it's the Beauty Bay Midnight palette. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Now I know a lot of people would be like, oh my God, I'm terrified. But this is blues. Oh, and some purples actually. It's got some purples in there as well. So here it is in all its beautiful glory. Yes, I am going to have to use each of those shades at least once. That's 42 eyeshadows I'm going to have to use. But I'm kind of excited. I'm not sure though which colour I might hit pan on. Ooh. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to play with this. Whoop, 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 whoop. So yeah, I'm gonna have this one as my wheel pick. So thinking on that, I think I'm going to pick, for my personal choice, I'm going to pick the Beauty Bay Bright palette. So this is the 16 colour palette. This has also got some like purples and blues in this row here, but we've also got some greens and yellows and some reds and pinks here, and then also some neutrals here. And I just think this is going to be great for over the summer. Also some of these pinks or some of these yellows or even some of the greens might complement those blues and purples quite nicely. Or if I'm feeling a bit like overdone with blues and purples, not like that's ever gonna happen, I can do something neutral. So, you know, this is a great little palette. I like it. I love it a lot. I'd have loved the Brights 42 pan, but I got this as a free gift, so I'm not complaining. So yeah, that's going to be my second palette. Again, this is level 2, so I need to use each, oh no, I have to use each shade twice. Oh my god, that's 42 pans that I've got to use twice, which means I have to use it 84 times. I have to use that 84 times. Well, not 84 times, but 84 use of the pans, because I'll use multiple pans in one look. So it's going to take me a while. But oh my goodness, I'm kind of excited for this one, because it's got some bright shades in as well. So yeah, 2 Beauty Bay palettes. Oh, I want to put that back in. Pull in 2 Beauty Bay palettes this time, and I'm very excited because I have hit pan in a Beauty Bay palette in 1 month. I know it can be done. So I did that with my earthy palette. I hit a number of pans in my earthy palette in 1 month. So I know these can be easily panned. So or hit pan. So I am very excited that we should potentially be back next month for an update on this. This time round, I'm going to see if I can try and hit at least 2 pans. If I could, what I'm going to try and do is hit 2 pans in one of the palettes, and then try and hit 2 pans in the other palette if I can. But as long as I've hit 2 pans in at least one of these palettes, then we'll be moving on to the next level. I'm not too bothered about hitting 2 pans in each palette, but I do have to use each shade in both palettes twice. That's the criteria that I have to hit for both palettes. But I'm going to say to myself, to make it a little bit easier, that I only have to hit 2 pans in one of these palettes. I'm much more excited about these 2 than I was about these 2. These 2 were really hard. These 2 I feel much more confident about hitting pans, so, and using as well, because blues and purples my favorite. So, well, no, second favorite. Green is my favorite, but blues and purples, yes, definitely. So there we go. That is this month's update. What do you think about these palettes? Do you own these palettes? How would you feel about having to do Project Level Up Level 2 with a 42 pan palette? Would that scare you, or would you be excited for the number of eye looks you could create? Let me know in the comment section down below. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.